Nacho John Madden, Juanito, and Acamal, Mexico. I want to start this video by giving you a glimpse of how peaceful it is in my front yard, my patio in Spanish, this morning around 8:30. The dog on the concrete platform over there is Spot. The people who actually own Spot are Raul and Marisol, two doors down, and they call her Shayla. And she's been in heat. She's been in heat for a few days. And I, who adore dogs, and I, who am on record saying that the casual neutering of dogs is barbaric and they should be allowed to have their sexuality, got to see the dark side of unfixed dogs, as all kinds of male dogs, including either a litter mate or a relative, half-brother of hers, was absolutely rapacious with her, violent, trying to get at her. And I had gotten caught in the middle of a system that maybe I never should have been involved in to begin with, but got involved in running those other dogs off and trying to protect her. It was a lot of melodrama, a lot of conflict, some real violence, and kind of personally devastating to me for a couple of days and ruined my sleep for a couple of nights. Yesterday I started to come out of all that and made a very peaceful, very happy post video about being a center of love. Can you hear the barking in the background? This road is beleaguered by dog conflict. An awful lot of dogs running free, which I've always thought was wonderful, but it makes it a very chaotic road and not a place I actually choose to live for long. And yesterday morning, I had a vision of moving to Bacalar, which is 3.5 hours south of here. But I keep hearing it's a wonderful place, and I did some research and found out that the Maya train runs there. And I actually received my monthly check yesterday, and by the time I pay my rent in the store that's been letting me run a tab for groceries, I think I will have enough money to make a trip there for maybe 3 nights and check it out. So that gave me joy yesterday. It gave me a real vision, a sense of purpose. And I went and paid my bill at the grocery store and was in pretty good shape. Then, before bed last night, I got to see, I've been avoiding the U.S. news coverage because it's so disastrous and disturbing for me, from my side of the political spectrum. And it was worse. What had gone on was absolutely disastrous. Trump and his vice president Vance absolutely ambushing and belittling Zelensky, the prime minister, president of Ukraine, who has been attacked by Putin, probably the world's worst autocrat, just wanting to take his country and kill his people. And Trump and Vance, with all the cameras rolling in the Oval Office of the White House, took Trump's side, took Putin's side, and said that the problem was that Zelensky was too angry at Putin. It was awful. It was absolute disaster. And when I read the commentary afterwards, people said things like, he just destroyed the world order that we've known for our whole lifetime, where the U.S. is no longer siding with Europe, but rather with Russia. So I was incredibly disturbed by that. It really disturbed my sleep. I got up in the middle of the night and watched more coverage of it just to see what the hell was going on and how America will now be an international pariah. Already was a laughingstock because of what a clown president we have, but now will be hated by the free world. And I eagerly wanted to see, will they be burning him in effigy in Paris and London? Will they be throwing American tourists out? Will they be breaking off trade ties with the U.S.? Will they force the U.S. into a real recession? Oh, it was a terrible night. I did manage to keep going back to sleep, but only after lying there going, oh, it's so terrible, so terrible, so terrible. So when I got up this morning, the morning light usually pulls me out of the whatever. Often I have beautiful, happy, creative nights, but last few have been rough. Pulls me out of it. And when I first sat in this doorway, I was not in good shape. I was struggling to remember what it means that I am the center of love and the source for radiating love. I just couldn't reach it. Finally, I turned to music. Music so often is a salvation. A lot of times I dance. This morning, it was cold and I was bundled up here. And I listened to some music. And the song that finally took me over the top, I'll attach it, was Brett Dennen, Comeback Kid. And that's a song, very bouncy song about comebacks. And my life has been a story of fresh starts and comebacks. I've been haunted wanting to find an old poem of mine, a 25-year-old poem called Something New, about starting something new. From where might come something new. Very heroic, beautiful poem that I may never find my way back to. I sure don't have copies of my poetry book anymore. So, but that song, Comeback Kid, did it for me. And now I'm able to sit here and look at the beautiful morning and breathe. And when I was thinking about making this video, I said, yeah, but do you remember getting really quiet this morning? Have you really gotten quiet yet? No, I had not. So I spent some time doing that. I'm going to do it again now. I think I'll give you some moments of it before I sign off. Maybe I'll sign off now and give you a few moments and then we'll end. Happy Saturday to you, Sabado in Mexico. Blue sky. Spot, Shayla, very peaceful this morning. Thank you, folks. Buen dia.